Welcome back to Heartland. Coming up, it's not an episode of Cops. What would you do if you found an intruder inside your home as your family was sleeping? In a Heartland special investigation with never-before-seen video of alleged UFOs. Plus, Heartland special guest, basketball legend, family man, reserve police officer Shaquille O'Neal. But first, how safe is your home? If you really believe you have done everything you can to protect your family and your investment, maybe it would take a thief to prove you wrong. Our next guest teaches homeowners how to protect themselves from burglars. He robs them. He's an ex-con and the co-host of Discovery Channel's It Takes a Thief, John Douglas Rainey. All right, John, we all think we're safe at home, okay? We all think we've done great stuff in locking our doors. Why are we wrong?
Well, I think most people are wrong because most people don't put that much time thinking that they're safe. They just come home and they pretty much have so much on their mind as far as the work days are being over with. Now it's my free time. Honestly, just not enough mind power is put into how to protect your home and your family. That's one. The other is a lot of people who think that they're safe, they are not because they got small, minimal amounts of security and they're missing a couple things. They have some holes in the security systems.
John, where did we screw up? I mean, you know, the fact is that you bet people you can break into their house even when they're in there. And so where is it that we screw up?
Well, mostly I would say it starts with communication. You know, last time I was on your show, I mentioned that. And when you have a lot of members in the same household, then it's hard to keep track of who the last person is out, who the last person is that went through a garage door. So really the family has to work together and just keeping tabs.
So just screw up. So we got to go and check all the doors. I tell my wife that all the time. Yep. What about the alarm system, John? If I have an alarm system that's hooked to the, to a monitoring station, am I safe? Am I bulletproof?
You're safer. I mean, there are degrees of safety. So the more you do to be safe, the safer that you are. If someone really wants to get in your house, they're going to find a way to do it. But if you have a security system, then you're going to know that they're coming in and the police will be coming. I think if you have a security system, you're going to feel safer and you're going to be safer.
John, what do you do if you find somebody in your house?
The first thing you got to do, even if you suspect that somebody has been in your house, get out immediately. First thing I always tell everyone on my show, It Takes a Thief, is get out of the house, run to a neighbor's, call the police immediately. Too many people are trying to figure out what the problem is and why things are out of place in their house, and they don't realize their life could still be in danger. Get out of the house, call the authorities.
John, what about these home invasions? You know, these things are really scary. What can you do to protect yourself against these things?
Well, again, the key is communication. I would say the best security systems that you can afford, and the simplest things. Locking the windows and doors, locking the windows on the second floor of your home. A lot of people break in through the second floor because they can climb up into a shed or garage or use a ladder, and they get in through unlocked windows on the second floor. Simple mistakes can have drastic, terrible things happen in your family. You don't want that to happen.
John, what about somebody following you? You know, we just heard the story of the wife of that sheriff tragically shot. What do you do? How do you keep your head up on something like this?
All right, well, the first thing I always say, if you're being followed and you even think you're being followed, call the police. If you have a cell phone, call the police. Tell them you think you're being followed. Give a description of the person. Give a description of the vehicle. If you don't have a phone on you, go to a store, go to a house. If you see a group of people, yell out. Don't just walk quickly. Another thing is, don't lead the person directly to your house. Go someplace first. Go to a neighbor's house first. Call the police. Because if someone's following you, they may not have intentions to do something to you right away. They may be trying to get information. Don't give them that information, like where you live, where you work, and things like that.
John, one last question, and we're almost out of time. If you're not at home, if you leave a light on, does that help?
It does help. You may not want to leave the light on that shows nobody's in the living room, but if you put a light on here and there in the house, it works good. And also, if you have lights with timers that switches them off and on during the night while you're not there, that's the best way to trick people.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Lock your doors, lock your windows, put a little alarm system in there. That's what you can do to protect your family. John, thanks for being with us. Coming up.
Thank you.